Hello everyone. How are we all today? Welcome. Oh, let me turn on my captions. There we go. Okay, I think that's most of it. Let me see what I'm doing here. I'm doing many things. Alright, so my friend, I keep thinking I'm like, oh, my life's gonna settle down to normal, and then I keep forgetting that more people are coming to visit me. So my one friend came to visit last week, and that was excellent, and then I have another friend just coming for like 1 to 2 days tonight. Just like 2 nights, I guess. And so that should be really good too. So I'm excited for that, but that's why it's a short stream today. Actually, I'm gonna start the timer right away. Actually, I should look up. I know she's getting here after 8, but it might be more like after 9. Like, it might be more like 9 by the time she gets here, and especially after getting here from the train station. So I might actually have a bit more time than I think I do. But that's good because I always think I have more time than I actually do. The opposite way. But how's everyone been? How are we all doing? I need co-working. I don't know. I've been so unproductive lately. It's just been a disaster. Oh, I do want to start with meditation today though, actually. Maybe I should do that because I was going to do it and then I'm like, why don't I just set up my stream and do it? And then I set up the stream and I still haven't meditated, so I guess maybe I should start with that. But yeah, I've got some tea and it's gone cold because I made the tea and I sat down with my toast and I ate some of my toast and then not all of it. And then I'm like, let's get the stream set up and let's clean my house because I'm like, oh god, I have someone coming to stay. I need to sweep the floors, mop the floors. I need to do laundry. And I did do laundry. I did one load and then I'm like, oh, I can't do a load before I go roller skating. I have to go roller skating first so that I can wash my workout clothes. So I did that, but now I've only got one load finished and the other load is still washing and my washing machine takes forever. So I'm a little worried that the sun is going to set before it finishes washing, which is not the end of the world, but it kind of sucks because obviously it's going to dry much nicer in the sunshine. So we'll see what happens, I guess. Okay, let's take this off break. We'll put it on working. Oh my god, everything's working good. Excellent. But yeah, it was good. I got to go to Venice for a day, just a day or two, and that was really nice because I really love Venice. I think it's just so so beautiful and so unique of a city, whereas most cities are all just the same. I find Venice is very, very its own thing, and I really like it. I have been getting a lot of writing done lately, which is cool. Again, I've said this multiple times now, but I'm in a writing mood because I'm not in a like my job mood. But I did find a new one to apply to, so I'm going to apply to that this week. I keep saying that, but I haven't done it yet. I guess the week's half over. And then I need to start applying for my whatever visa I'm going to get. So my goal for September is to apply for a new visa, like whatever I decide, like research, figure out which one to apply to, and then apply for it. And then, I don't know, like if I can apply for more than one, I will do that. If I'm only supposed to apply for one, I'll apply for one. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. But hopefully that'll work out and I will be able to stay in Italy. If not, I'll be back in Canada, you know, for Christmas, and then hopefully I'll come back to Italy. But if not, then we will go to Canada and we will figure out what the next step in getting a visa is. But hoping I can get one now. Okay, what do I need to do today? Gosh, it's been a while since I streamed, isn't it? Oh, like 10 days? Oh, but I was doing Extra Life stuff, so I feel like I've streamed more recently. No, that I streamed after Extra Life and then I still just didn't stream for 10 days. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, I did stream quite a bit in August. More than June or July for sure. I'm just looking back here. May I was actually really productive. That's funny. I don't remember being that productive in May, but I guess I was. And April was fine too. Everything from the beginning of the year was awful because I was literally in transit for like 3 or 4 months. But okay, I guess I guess May is my target because I was quite active in May. But like I said, September should be pretty good because I have a friend visiting this weekend or this next couple days, and I don't have anyone visiting until the end of September. I think it's like the 22nd. But then I have a friend staying for a month. But she also wants to work while she's here because she's here for so long. So hopefully the two of us can also get some good work done and probably some co-working done too. That's what I'm hoping. Because when my family was here, like, I was their tour guide. Like, every day I was taking them somewhere, right? Which was fine, but, like, I didn't get to co-work. Even when I had work to do, I just had to get it done fast. So, with a friend here, if she also needs to be doing work online, then hopefully we can get a lot more stuff done. Oh, the family downstairs who has been away for pretty much the entire month of August is definitely moved back now, and I was so not moved back, they've come back from their vacation, but I was so mad because not really, it was just slightly irritating. They'd left their patio light on the whole time they were gone, and they don't ever leave it on. Like, when they live here, they don't leave it on, they turn it off every night. And so it was just like this extra light that kind of it wasn't a problem, but I could see it from my window when I was sleeping. And it was just stupid because normally I'm sure they didn't want to leave it on for a month. Electricity here is so expensive. Also, I hope my microphone is working today because last stream I had it like stopped working halfway through and then just didn't ever reconnect. So if you can hear me or can't hear me, let me know. Okay, what do I need to be working on right now? I have a to-do list over there and I don't really want to get up. Meditation. I already said that out loud and I just didn't do it. Isn't that fun? I even pulled up one on my phone. Because the other thing is that I got my refill for my ADHD medication here, but the doctor screwed it up. It was kind of just a miscommunication. Because he'd actually been really good about being like, hey, is it working? I'm like, not really. He's like, okay, let's double it. And I'm like, that's great. But he forgot that he'd given me 3 doses last time instead of 2. And then, so he doubled it, but it was still only like a much less than doubled. It was like 3 times 4 going to 2 times, 3 times 2 going to 2 times 4. And it's like, well, this is technically more than before, but only by a very slight amount. And that's not super great. Okay, let's put the toast away and meditate. Okay. Okay, what do we want to do? Let's do a timed one, I guess. Where's the timer on this? There it is. Okay. What one do we want to do today? Do I have the 15 minutes? I do. What does that one have? No interval bells. Let's add 1 interval bell. Let's add it 2 minutes from the start, and I'll give a brief introduction. So 15 minutes, 1 interval bell at the beginning, eternal stream? I got all those noises from the people downstairs, so I do want something a little bit louder. Let's do Eternal Stream, that's fine. And the ending bell is gonna sound like that. It's gonna be a little different bell. Okay. So how do we want to do this? This is not gonna be very visible, is it? Okay. I don't know if this will be visible at all, honestly. Change it from working and put it on meditation. Try to get that a decent size. There we go. Okay, is that visible? Hopefully that's visible. If not, you should be able to hear it anyways. Okay. Oh, I should put on airplane mode. Okay, so I said I would do an introduction. So relax, get in a comfortable position. Make sure you can breathe deeply, breathe freely. Try to find a position that you can sit in comfortably for 15 minutes without moving. If you're like me, you might have a lot of noise going on outside. It's all just opportunities to let it pass by, to observe, notice the sound or the thought, and then release it. Let it go. You can also observe the air around you, if there's wind, if there's sun. Anything you can see if your eyes are open. Or you can close your eyes and just focus on your breathing and say a mantra like love or relax or peace. Or you can just count your breaths. Or just focus on letting every thought you have go. There'll be another bell in a little over 10 minutes, and then we'll be done. You can kind of shake it out, relax, sit up, open your eyes, and come back to the world. That was a really good meditation for me. I feel like I'm due for a much longer meditation. I used to do a lot more, like of an hour long or so, but I haven't done that in a while, and I feel like I'm actually about due for like a much longer meditation. Where was my music? Probably about there. Alright, who's in chat? We got Wonka, hello! And we've got Ruffle Iron Chef. The big mixed drink writing project you were working on got canned. Oh no. They might still go on with it, but you asked for a contract and they got spooked. So you turned in your notes and they're just sitting on them. Oh no, that feels bad. Yeah, that's awful. I'm sorry. That's not very fun. I hate it when that kind of frustrating stuff happens. You know what happens, right? Yeah. You were professional as you could be about the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you did everything you can do, then the next one will come along. Alright, what else do I need to do? I should do some reading probably next. I haven't done any... Usually when I get up in the morning I do reading, but like I said, today was a weird day because I knew I needed to get the laundry done and I knew I wanted to go roller skating before I did the laundry. So that's what I did when I got up. I didn't waste time. But now I haven't done like my meditation or my reading in the morning yet. So that's what I should do. Yeah, you weren't holding the project hostage or anything, right? Like you're being professional. Yeah. Ha! Do you know the phrase, one man's trash is another man's treasure? Wonderful saying. Horrible way to find out you're adopted. Yup. Oh dear. I think I should also get some more hot water for this tea. It's not hot at all anymore. Are you adopted, gentlemen? Is that something that is relevant to you, or is it just a joke? It's funny, I always thought I would end up adopting kids instead of having my own kids, but I don't know, I like everyone in my family so much, so I feel like I want to see more of that family. Your dad said we should have got a Rottweiler, oof, and offered to get you a vasectomy. But not your brother. Your brother he trusted because he is neurotypical. Just a joke, Sia. Excellent. Well, thanks for hanging out, gentlemen. I hope you swing back around later. Give a follow. Give a whatever it is you want to do. Your dad was not joking. Ooh, that's rough. I'm really sorry that happened to you because that's like absolutely out of line. No one should say those things to their children. And I hope you know you didn't deserve those things to be said about you. Funny thing is, you're demi-ace and too awkward to really be spreading your genes about willy-nilly anyway. See? It's so funny how people get weird about things and it's like, let's calm down. That's why I'm so mad about... Well, I'm not mad about it yet. I'm just stressed about getting this visa in Italy. And Italy's like everywhere else in the developed world. They have a really low birth rate and it's not high enough. And so I'm like, hey, I want to move to this country and start a family. Let me stay. Like, let me in. This is what you want. Women of childbearing age. Give me my visa. I haven't been denied or anything yet. I haven't even applied for my second year's visa yet, but I'm getting scared just because it's so up in the air. But I feel like we should be good. I feel like we should be good. People find you charming and attractive, but you usually figure it out after they lose interest. I feel that, yeah, coming from a nerd group. Honestly, watch some YouTube videos about how to tell if someone is flirting with you. And, like, book learn it. Like, if you're a nerd like me who doesn't naturally get social signals, book learn them. Buy a book, go on YouTube, read websites, Reddit. Like, there's tons of information out there that will tell you exactly what signals to look for. So when they happen, you're like, oh, this person might be interested in me. And they'll tell you what to do about it so you don't scare them off. The amount of guys, like, I'm friends with or have dated who have, like, just the dumbest stories where they realize, like, 5 or 10 years later, they're like, that person was flirting with me. And it's like, yes, babe, they were. You missed it. Next time you'll get it. Girls too, though. Girls do that too sometimes. Your husband just negotiated a raise, though. Hurrah! Okay, so you're already attached, so... So you're definitely not spreading your genes about willy-nilly. Congrats on the raise, that's exciting. Ah, you're attached but poly. Okay, I get that. I've been poly for a lot of my life. Although right now I'm flexible because I really, really want to start a family. So I'm willing to put it aside for a while. It's too difficult for you to be everyone to someone. You can barely be one thing to yourself. Yeah, that's an interesting way of thinking about it, hey? I mean, I think our culture in general tries to put too much on romantic partners when, like, historically people had family and friends and, like, other people in their lives who served all these different functions. And now, especially in, like, America, Western society kind of, but America more than Europe, like, that, those family connections are gone. Those friend connections are gone. Like, you're not close with your coworkers or your neighbors. Everything is on your romantic partner, and that's too much to put on one person. In my opinion, anyway. You're a work in progress. You know that, and wouldn't want to make your internal disorganization someone else's problem. I mean, when people love you, like, it's all about working together on yourselves, right? So definitely don't discount yourself out of something when, you know, people who care are usually willing to help. You have a question. What is your question? How do you know you want to start a family? That's such a huge thing. I didn't want to for years and years and years. I didn't think I would have kids, and like I said, I didn't think I would have natural kids. But watching my siblings grow up and, like, cousins and stuff, just... And then even, like, so I had younger friends, like, when I was in university, I had friends who were still in high school, and when I was in, you know, out of university, I had friends who were still in university, and just, for me, watching younger kids grow from, like, what is very obviously a child, like a kid, like maybe a teenager, fully through those stages of, like, becoming an adult, becoming their own person, becoming a real member of society, and, like, seeing how they grow and develop and, you know, how they make their choices and how they learn. And I just found that so interesting. And so, I mean, like, I wasn't the parent, but, like, rewarding even from the sidelines, right? Even just as a friend or a family member. And so, I don't know, for me, that's something I definitely I enjoyed. And so I would like to do it directly. Plus, like I said, like, my family's pretty healthy. Like, we have pretty decent genes. I personally have pretty decent mental health. So I feel like I know a couple of people who are like, I don't know if I want to have kids because I don't know if I trust my genes. And it's like, that's fair. Like, that's totally reasonable. And so I'm like, okay, I feel like I do trust my genes. You're just scared of your own shadow. Yeah, I mean, there's always, like, counseling and therapy and stuff, right? If it's something that bothers you. That's the other thing. I like challenges. I like change. I like new things, so I haven't had kids for my life so far. I guess the next stage is to have them. We'll switch it up for a while. 20 years or so. Fully aware of the Jungian implications. Nah, you enjoy a predictable life. Fair enough. I thought my stupid washing machine was done, but it does this thing where you think it's done and then it starts whirring again, and it's like, so I'm glad it didn't stand up. Yeah, I do not enjoy any part of a predictable life, but it's biting me in the ass right now because my life currently is so absolutely unpredictable that I don't know where I'm going to be living in 6 months, and it's stressing me the hell out because I want to stay here. I want to stay specifically in this apartment, in this town, in this country, and it's not up to me. So I'm just so stressed about it because that's the one thing I want to be predictable. But I put myself in a position where it's not, and so I've got to deal with that. And I will get through it, but it's stressful. I'm stressed right now. That's one of the reasons I haven't been streaming a lot, is because I'm so stressed right now. Do you think love will change you? In what way? That's a pretty broad question. I think love always changes people a little bit, but like for me, like when I've been in, serious relationships in the past, when I've loved people in the past, I don't know if it's ever changed the important things. Do you even want to fall in love before starting a family? I do. My ideal would be to meet someone, fall in love, get married, start a family. But I'm a woman. There's a time frame here. So if it doesn't work out that way, we're going to try other options. But yeah, that would be the ideal. I'm so jealous of men who don't have that time crunch, because it's so frustrating because you don't even know how long you have too. And it's just like, okay, well, we better get started. And it's frustrating too because I just got out of a 10-year relationship, right? So I thought I was on track. I thought I had everything in line and I thought I was doing things appropriately, and you can't predict that, right? Because it's not like you can predict what's going to happen, and so you just have to roll with it. And so it's like, okay, well, let's just start again. We got time. But yeah, I'm jealous of men who don't have to worry about the time crunch, because I would much prefer right now to be focusing on my business, and I just can't focus on that right now because I can't do 3 things at once. I can't focus on a visa, a relationship, and a business, so I gotta pick 2 or 1. And it's frustrating because honestly, the falling in love would help with everything else if it happened, but I can't rely on it, so I have to focus on the practical side of the visa instead. And so that sucks, but yeah, my brain can only handle so much at once. And then I feel really frustrated because I'm like, if I had Dexedrine, I could do everything every day all at once and it would be fine, but I don't. So I'd have to be very measured with how I spend my energy, especially because I'm stressed, which is also because I don't have Dexedrine. You've often wondered if falling in love would necessitate you to change in some way, or if you were meant to change all along, or if the change was inevitable and imperceptible. It's just that love in literature is always associated with overcoming conflict, change, and evolution. Yeah, I mean, I'm such a... It's so funny. I'm such, so contradictory because I'm such a romantic, but I'm also such a realist. So, there's that one line in Mad Men where Don Draper says something to the effect of, love is just invented by marketers like me to sell you something. And, I think a lot of the way we, write love in, romance novels and, books and movies and romantic, romance movies and stuff and rom-coms, and it's I think a lot of that is very overhyped and over exaggerated, when really when you just find someone you love and you care about and you want to be with and you want to, you trust and you want to spend your time with, it doesn't need to be a huge dramatic crazy, I don't know, something that changes everything about you and your life. But I think the the valid thing about those kind of, you know, like where two people come together in fiction, and change and grow, I think that's valid. I think to fall in love and find people, you know, you have to be willing to change and grow and learn new things, and how you treat people and how you treat yourself. So I think that part's valid. Did you say you're married though? I mean, did you fall in love when you got married? Or before you got married? Yeah, it's perfectly okay to acknowledge contradictions. It doesn't mean you're irrational. Love's an interesting concept like that. I agree with all of that. I also think, yeah, I think contradictions and irrationality are completely different, because like for me, like, you know, I can be super romantic in that I want, you know, I appreciate that kind of like bold, romantic, dramatic, exciting love, you know, in a story or in a movie. And even in my life, I'm a pretty like adventurous, kind of taking risks, kind of big, bold, spontaneous person. But like, it doesn't mean I expect, you know, the perfect relationship, even if, you know, I think that's a fun idea and very cool. I'm so practical about what reality can actually deliver, while being open to something more exciting. Hard to say if you're in love. You're happier than you've ever been, and you feel supported and cared for in ways you never felt as a child. See, that's so important, right? Again, I feel like some people, and you can tell, right? Because you get teenagers who are like, I'm so in love. And then a lot of people, you know, maybe it's in their 20s or 30s and they fall in love and they just know it, and it's perfect and it's huge and it's very clear to them that they're in love. But I think a lot of people, love is more like, and it depends if you grew up with like family members that you loved, or even pets or friends that you loved deeply, to have that background of what love even feels like, versus someone who maybe grew up without that kind of safe home environment. It could be a little bit more difficult to even figure out what that feels like. But I think for most people, you know, the love between your friends and your family is not that different between the love. And I'm poly too, so I have a different opinion on this than maybe someone who isn't poly. But I just don't think it's that different between a romantic partner. Like, obviously with a romantic partner, you also have maybe a deeper connection, or maybe a physical connection on top of it, right? But I just don't think it, at the end of the day, when you love someone, you love them as a person, right? Like, whether they're your romantic partner or a child or a parent or a sibling or a friend. So I just think it's that kind of, it's that care and wanting to be around someone and wanting to help them and wanting to be there for them. So I think if you're feeling happy and supported and cared for, that's pretty much it, right? Like, as long as you know, you feel supportive and caring as well, right? Making sure it's you know, all directions. You also have trouble reconciling your persona with reality. You don't know if you're in love or just responding to the stimuli around you. What's the difference? Everything we do is responding to the stimuli around you. Like, everything we feel or think is just chemical reactions and electrical reactions in our brain, you know, responding to the stimuli around us. That's all anything is. I mean, now we're getting back to me at the practical realist level. And I think some people, like I said, get that really like heavy burst of like overwhelming, illogical kind of love brain reactions, right? Like the chemicals or hormones or whatever, where like, yeah, it's not a logical thing to them. They just have these huge feelings in their brain. But it doesn't mean if you don't have those that it's not still love. You can still care and be in love and fully love and cherish someone. It doesn't have to be some overwhelming, irrational thing that happens to you. You think you might be too neurodivergent to truly love another person. Like, you can make them dinner spontaneously, you can make love, you can enjoy their company, you can clean or house singing all the while. I really hope you experience love. They say it's wonderful. Well, like I said, like I've been in love, right? Like I'm not the type of person who has any sort of like over the top, crazy, dramatic, emotional experiences. Like I don't have that for anything, but like I have love. Like I love people. I've been in love, you know, with romantic partners. And again, like, and this kind of runs in my family too. Like no one in my family falls head over heels for someone where they're completely irrational and it's like the biggest, most important thing in their lives. It just doesn't run in my family. So I kind of, but you know, but my family does fall in love and have, you know, those relationships and those families and those caring. But I think all the things you described, like, you know, doing nice things for people, you know, enjoying a romantic partner physically, enjoying their company, spending time with them, you know, making a home together. Like, that's what it's all about, right? Oh, this is so cute. Okay, I hope this isn't offensive. I guess I can explain it like this. When I was learning to dance, they physically would pose my body and move it to the music. You learn to dance well, actually, but you don't know if you're motivated from within or just conforming to an archetype. I mean, that's what dancing is. That's what anything is. It's all the same. Some people, like maybe you're not the kind of person who can listen to music and just like, you know, really go wild and dance freely. Like some people just aren't that type of people. I bet if you really, you know, had the right environment and the right music and the right group of people around you where you didn't feel nervous and inhibited and tense, you could just dance to the music freely. But most people learn how to dance by like watching people and learning steps and learning movements and what is everyone else doing. And, you know, if you're learning a formal dance, like what are the motions, where do your feet do? Like those are, you know, or if you're learning just casual dancing, kind of like, what is everyone else doing? Okay, how do they move? What do they do with their hands? Like, that's normal. That's just how you dance. And I think it's the same with love, right? Like, if you want to do nice things for someone because you care about them, I mean, I would call that love, right? Like, you know, there's usually most people have a difference between like how much they care for someone they just met, how much they care for someone they've known a while, how much they care for someone who's now in their family or who has always been in their family. Like people have different levels of that. And I think people have a different point where they say it's love, right? Someone might say they love their friends, but another person might say they only love their family. So people make up where that line is for themselves. You actually really love dancing. And you have people tell you have great musicality. See, that's all it is. Like, it doesn't matter if it's learned from a teacher or a book or whatever. Like, you're still dancing. And it sounds like you really like it and that you're good at it. So that's phenomenal. This conversation has been healing. Oh, I love it. I forgot to change this timer. I'm going to flip it now. I got excited about this conversation and I forgot. Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes people can get really wrapped up in like expectations of other people or pop culture expectations, when really, if you're happy and you're kind and you have people around you that you like and care about and that care about you, you're probably doing it pretty good. You're probably all right. But yeah, I love conversations like this. It's so interesting. You know, someday you'll write a great love story. See, it's so funny because pretty much all I write is romance, but you know, it's like you said before, like it's all that kind of conflict and drama and disaster and overcoming and growth and all that kind of stuff. And so it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's so funny because you hear great love story and then I think like, oh, something perfect. And it's like, no, it's all about the conflict and the drama and all the stuff people don't necessarily really want in real life. Like Twilight romance, exactly, something that people like to read, but at the end of the day you don't actually want a relationship like that. Have you ever read Nadja by Andre Breton? I have not. A French surrealist romance. Oh, interesting. I'll look it up. Fuck, I was supposed to be reading right now. I like started my reading timer and then didn't read anything. I just hung out and chat. But this has been a good chat, so that's I like it when that happens. When I'm like, I have something to, well, as long as I don't have work on a deadline, then I don't like it when I get distracted by chat. But I don't today, so we're good. Google, stop giving me results in Italian. Okay, it's about interactions with a young woman, Nadja, over the course of 10 days, and is presumed to be a semi-autobiographical description of a relationship with a mad patient. Oh, interesting. Okay, average reader spends 2 hours, 40 minutes. I don't even know why that popped up, but that's very useful information. Something worthy of being called literature. It's difficult and provocative and nuanced. Interesting. What was I just watching that felt that way to me? Asteroid City by Wes Anderson. It's one of his, I think it's his most recent movie. It came out pretty recently. And I really liked it. And I've heard a bunch of people who didn't like it, but I really liked it because it felt like it was saying a lot, but it wasn't spoon feeding you what it all means. And it had like flexibility, like you could take it in a couple different ways, but there was a lot there and there was a lot of intention there, and plus it was just made so expertly. The actors were all absolutely at their best. Like the direction was stunning, the art direction was phenomenal, the sets were great. Like it was really fun. I feel like it was really interesting because I actually feel like it was kind of campy, and I feel like it was trying to be intentionally campy because he was like taking his own style, you know, to the extreme, like cranking it to 11, and like highly stylized, yeah, right. That same kind of thing. And so it just, you enjoyed it? Yeah, and so it just felt really interesting because you had all these, like, usually when something is trying to be campy, it fails, and the best camp things are the ones that are unintentional, but this one felt like it succeeded because it knew what it was doing. It knew it was taking its own style and cranking it. Hey Janos, how's it going? You're finally getting some light rain, but you're still in a drought. Your younger European cousins are married and have children. It's interesting. The grandparents love their grandchildren, right? Of course. The influence of classic surrealism is incredible. The dream ballet towards the end that culminated in the chanting was climactic. Yeah, that's one of the parts that I'm not quite sure what he was going for with that chant. So if you have any ideas, let me know, because I would, I've looked up a couple of reviews of other people, but I haven't found anyone who's deliberately touched on that chant, or touched in a way that said anything I hadn't already thought of that made more sense than what I'd thought of. So yeah, any thoughts you have on that chant, I would love to hear. Yeah, we've been super hot and sunny here, but we had rain the last 2 days, and then today it's like a super nice temperature. It was like 27 degrees. It was beautiful all day and not windy. Notice how I'm outside in the late afternoon, it's not crazy windy. I'm super excited about that. Usually when I'm out here, that tree is like doing this. But yeah, it was quite cold and quite rainy for a couple days this week. We had a bit of a thunderstorm, and yeah, it was cold enough I put a jacket on to go outside because it was so wet and cold. So that was crazy for the end of August. But yeah, today it's a bit nicer. So, and it should be hot tomorrow. That's why you reject the critique of the cliche. Genre is a living, breathing animal, right? Like, exactly. And then you have a director like that who's so willing to play fast and loose with, you know, what people expect from him versus what he wants to do versus why he's doing it. I just thought it was a well-made movie that was interesting. And like it felt like kind of like a puzzle box. Like it was just like a lot of little things to look at and take apart and like think about individually and then all together. Speaking of grandparents, I had a dream last night that in my grandmother's house, under the floorboards, there was a vampire's heart, and the family had to destroy it. But then I'm like, wait, does this mean like why does my grandmother have a vampire's heart under her floorboards? And then I'm like, is she a vampire? I'm like, no, if she was a vampire, she'd be in better health. And now I'm like, fuck, I wish she was a vampire. So it was a weird dream. Speaking of surrealism. So you really love primal scream theory in both writing and cinema. You think The Call to Wake Up was a kind of primal scream, as well as a reflection of the director's desire to break from the passive and expected. The slow, deliberate chant was insistent until it became a droning, both compelling and grating. In this way, we understand that Wes Anderson is struggling to break free from the genre he has created. Oh, interesting. Okay. I haven't heard that take before. I like it. The chant even takes place on a stage, the proto-theater from which cinema has evolved. Yeah, I really liked that he brought in kind of the stage versus the film versus the movie that we're actually watching versus, you know, even Scarlett Johansson's character was rehearsing for another movie, and then you had that one part on the fire escape with the actress from the other stage play who got cut from this one, and it's just all those little weird details. I really liked the kind of like the director as a priest and the writer as God, and kind of like, you know, especially when like the one actor kind of literally had like you know, a crisis of faith halfway through the movie when he goes and talks to the director in the middle of the play. And it's like, I really like that as kind of the whole metaphor of reality. And kind of the different levels of reality. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm trying to think about what you said here. Struggling to break free from the genre he's created, the chant as a primal scream. Very interesting. So you think it's Wes Anderson's primal scream himself put into film? The director's desire to break free. What do you think the words meant? Like you can't, what was it? You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep? Something like that? Speaking of surrealism, I started reading the New York trilogy, City of Glass, and that's a bit of a postmodern kind of surrealist book, and I'm not very far into it yet, but it's interesting. But it's about it's really neat in that same kind of, it reminded me of this because it's in that same kind of way of like where the writer is present in the book, like it's very meta. And I feel like Wes Anderson didn't literally insert himself into that movie, but it was about the process of making a movie, like the process of having a director, of a writer, of a stage, of a movie set, all of that kind of stuff. And so I think that has a similar kind of vibe. To you, it represented the shared dream of collective media. You're going to have to unpack that. The shared dream of collective media and its incipient desire to culminate in collective action. Its desire to culminate in collective action. So the collective action is the, they were all chanting together. When does my friend arrive? I suppose I should know that. Oh, thought her train was canceled, but she's on another train at the same time, so it's all good. And this is the fancier train, so that's actually excellent. Okay, what time do you arrive? Guess I should ask, make sure. Arrives at the same time. Still arrive at 19:20 right now, so that's more than an hour if it's the same time, which is good. So all writing, all shared media can be seen as a shared dream. The reader and the writer commune in a space neither real nor imagined. Okay. All right. It's an idea Tolstoy was fond of in his essay, What is Art? Oh, I guess I should look that up. It's an essay, it should be. Hopefully not too long. So all shared media can be seen as a shared dream. Communing in a space neither real nor imagined. This is such an interesting conversation. Commune in a space neither real nor imagined. Okay. Don't know too much about literary theory. Let me know if I'm being boring or too esoteric. No, that's so funny. I'm just like, I love this conversation. Oh, good. Okay. My friend is arriving at 20:50 at the train station. Then she has to get a taxi here. And she's going to be hungry, which is good because I haven't eaten dinner yet. So we'll make dinner when she gets here. It's going to be a quesadilla again because I still have... The bag of cactus I bought was so huge. Like, they only had the one size. So I'm still working through that stupid bag of cactus from, like... I don't know. When was the last time I streamed? A week and a half ago? It's literally what you went to school for, and it's something you're extremely passionate about. See, that's the thing, like, I love all this kind of stuff. Like, I love this kind of, like, interesting, like, literary theory and, like, cinema theory and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't go to school for it at all. So all of my education in school was, like, biology and science. And then, yeah, so all my knowledge on this stuff is just from reading and YouTube and books and that kind of stuff. So I love talking about it with people because... And my friends who did go for a lit degree or, I had friends who went into like mythology or cinema or, that kind of degrees. But yeah, so it means I'm in kind of an interesting position because I don't have a formal education in any of it. But I really, really like it all. Especially the more I've gotten into writing and screenwriting. People often talk about the shared dream in reference to magical realist and surrealist literature because there's a tension between drawing attention to the strangeness and presenting it as factual reality. Yeah, I'm jealous of people who went to school for this. Talk about the shared dream in reference to magical realist and surrealist literature. Okay. Okay, because you're saying, like, you have to buy into those worlds because there's something that's, by definition, unreal in a magical realism or surrealist work. Like, there's something that is not our reality in there. So... by definition, the audience has to be accepting something in the way we accept a dream. Is that kind of what you're saying? In fact, some people would argue that the defining line between the two genres rests on that precise divide. The magical realist presents the strange as fact, while the surrealist presents it as the strangeness itself. Okay, what are we saying here? Some people would argue that that line rests on the divide. Oh, okay, the magical realist presents it as this is just a part of this world that everyone understands and knows, while a surrealist, it's supposed to be perceived as bizarre. You're not supposed to buy into it. You're supposed to understand that this is written weirdly. The analysis breaks down when examining tropes independent of authorial intent, because the genres share almost every trope. Things are weird. Things don't follow reality or physics or whatever. Okay, All right. So yeah, it has to be within its context in order to even have that divide. Okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna run an ad here. Shouldn't be too long. I'm gonna get some more boiling water for my tea. Oh, I forgot about my toast. Damn it. Be right back. Okay, my laundry also finished as well, so I'm going to go hang it up. So I'll be gone for a little bit longer than I expected, but not. It'll take me like a couple minutes to hang up my laundry. Da-dum. The analysis breaks down when examining tropes independent of... Okay, we read that one already. Which would you classify Wes Anderson as? It's an interesting question because cinema almost always relies on some kind of nuanced departure from expected cinematography in order to solidify one's status in the realm of the more critically acclaimed, magically real. Think Pan's Labyrinth or even Contact. On the other hand, Wes Anderson does similar cinematography every time. He gets classified as surreal, which is bullshit. I think he wants you to notice the strangeness. He wants you to talk about it. He wants it to disrupt your dream and to wake you up. Literally to wake you up. I like that. I think it depends on the movie. So like in this case, absolutely. Like the fact that he kept like breaking between different layers. That's obviously not still in one reality anymore, right? And even in his movies like Budapest, where it does have different framing devices, they're all presented as very so what I'm looking for, like classically, like that's how we present that framing device. You have someone reading a book, you have someone talking about, you know, a story. Like that's very classical. It's not designed to break you out of it. Whereas in Asteroid City, all the different leaps between different layers were designed to break you out of it. Like they were designed to make you stop and think. Excuse me. He wants you to notice the strangeness and to talk about... Okay, right, that. He also wants you to fall asleep, to be absorbed by the shared dream, by the vividness of the reality he presents. Yes, I think that was one of... I can see that being part of his message, because you have that kind of... Like, every time you're watching the, like, the color world, you fall into it. You're like, oh, this is the movie I'm watching right now. It's about these people. And I mean, that's the whole point, right? Like you fall asleep, like you fall into that layer. I could see that being his point. And then he keeps waking you up every time he takes it back to the black and white set. And because it's such a dramatic change, black and white versus color, it really does wake you up, I guess. Interesting. Interesting. I like it. I'm gonna go hang up my laundry. I'll be right back. Feel free to give me more thoughts. I'm enjoying. ADHD secret. Hang your clothes to dry on coat hangers if they're gonna end up on coat hangers at some point anyway. Ah! ADHD tip number 2, learn how to count. Okay, I feel like I boiled that water a long time ago, and it's probably not that hot actually anymore anyways, but I did refill my tea, so I tried. Okay, let's see what I missed in chat. Absorbed by the shared dream. You think Asteroid City in this context is an attempt to be taken more seriously by invoking the kind of framing meta-narratives associated with more classic surrealist literature, by defying the expectation of this genre to simply present the dream as reality, and thus gain the coveted title of magically real. West reminds us it is the job of the magical realist to both induce the dream and wake you up from it. Okay, so like as a writer or a filmmaker, that job is to induce the dream and wake the reader or the viewer up. It's a return to classicism, devoid of real cinematographic innovation for this reason, to invoke a sense of experiencing an older kind of story. Yeah, you definitely had that, because I mean, very obviously you had the black and white, and then you had the 50s set, plus just the kind of storyline and everything, right? Like the alien and stuff. And then the theater, the literal theater. Too long didn't read. Have read too much theory and now think in the form of complete essays. Yeah, I feel that. Okay, what time are we at? It's starting to get dark. The sun is beyond the horizon, so it's just twilighty now. So I might need to change the camera settings here. Some weird light effects. Yeah, I feel like we're doing some weird artifacting, so let's try... I don't know if that'll be much better, but it might be a little better. This is a weird time of night, so nothing I choose is going to be very good. Keep saying what time is it and then not actually getting to the time. It is 19:48. Okay, so about an hour until the train even gets in, and then some more time to get here, maybe 30 to 40 minutes depending. Actually maybe less because it's nighttime and it's a taxi. Could be as quick as like 20 minutes. I should remember that. Okay. Oh, rain started to pick up a little bit. Good, I actually did a lot on my to-do list today, so I'm feeling good about that. I didn't floss my teeth yet. Do that before bed. Haven't done dinner yet, but I'm gonna do that when my friend gets here, so that's fine. A lot of 45. Okay. My toast. God damn. My toast is surprisingly not stale. Why do I have this one on break? This should be on work. What have I done here? Oh, I switched frames, that's why. There we go. Fixed it. The little wiener dog is downstairs. On the balcony downstairs. This is surprisingly not stale. You've heard a lot of good things about Portugal. And Portugal is one of the easiest European countries to get citizenship. Yes, I've heard that too. I haven't heard that it's so much easier that it's worth, spending years there. Like you still have to spend like 5 years or something. Let me look it up. Yeah, you still have to have residency for 5 years to get citizenship. Okay, and their golden visa is 500,000 euro. House, business, or property. What is this? This is wrong. What? This webpage says you can apply for citizenship in Italy after 3 years of uninterrupted residence, but oh, you need to have documents of Italian ancestry. God, that's such a misleading. I'm like, that's wrong. That's wrong. And it is wrong. You also need to have Italian ancestry, which I don't have. So I'm like, what? No, that's wrong. So that was so annoying. That was very frustrating. Oh, that's interesting. Austria requires 12 years of residency. Including marriage to an Austrian citizen? You have to like live there for 12 years and marry an Austrian in order to get citizenship? You can't just move there? Interesting. I haven't really looked at that. Just popped up on my search, so I don't really know. Ooh, Malta has a 100,000 euro golden visa. But you probably have to live in Malta for 5 years. Which would be nice, but it wouldn't help me. Your dad is Austrian. You don't think you have citizenship, though. Yeah, if you have lineage, you can get I mean, I haven't looked into Austria in particular, but usually you can get citizenship if you have heritage, if you have family members, direct, parents or grandparents from European countries. But you have to like apply for it. You don't just automatically have it. But if you want European citizenship, it's a very useful thing to have. Italy, okay, I've read this before, but Italy does have a 250,000 euro startup golden visa investment option. I really need to talk to someone about this. The euro to Canadian dollar thing is just so rough, though. Like 250,000 in Canadian is so different than 250,000 in euros. God, that's rough. But that's not an insane number. Because this is what I should be doing right now, but I feel like I'm distracted. But like, this is absolutely what I should be doing right now. Looking up things on the Italy visa. Like, yeah, it's not even it's not even a distraction. It's literally on my to-do list. All this information is about citizenship, though. I don't care about citizenship. I know it takes 10 years. Of residency. I think it's quicker if you're married, but that's irrelevant because then you're already getting permanent residency. Yeah, citizenship, you need to live in the country for 10 years. I don't care about citizenship, I care about permanent residency. Eventually, citizenship, obviously, but... Why are you talking about Greece and stuff? That's not what I need. Okay. Yeah, 5 years and you can get a permanent residence permit. But I need to keep getting a visa for 5 years. What are we coming up on 20? Okay. Oh, I made my tea and I forgot about it again. Okay, the Italian work visa. Known as a nulla osta. That falls under the category of a long stay visa, also referred to as a national or D visa. Okay, this is all very basic information. Okay, a job offer from employer. If I do not have a job offer from employer because I have a freelance job, I know there's a freelance visa for Italy. Oh, fun! Italian government only accepts work permit applications for a few months every 1 or 2 years. Okay, but I don't want to work for an Italian company. I want a freelance visa. When do they accept freelance visa applications? Oh god, if they tell me like I just missed the thing, I'm gonna be so fucking choked. Italy freelance visa. Because I didn't know that that would be a thing, that they would just only accept it for certain months of the year. That's fucking weird. Yes, I do need to talk to someone. Self-employment visa. I didn't actually know they had a self-employment visa. I think that is the freelance visa. Okay. National or D visa if you intend to work as a freelancer or open a startup. You need the authorization to work and certification depending on the type of work. Okay, but I don't need certifications for being an editor, especially since I'm not working technically even in Italy, working with international clients. Okay, 3 types: startup, freelancer, entrepreneur. Oh, I'm gonna need to talk to someone. There is so much on here for self-employment visas. Basically, because they're expecting me to like open up a business here, and I'm not opening up a business. I work online. Okay, in 2019, Italy offered 30,000 work visas, and 2,000 of those were self-employment. Okay, so that's like reasonable numbers. That was 2019. That was pre-COVID though. I don't know what that means. I don't know what COVID means or any of this. Have you thought of Croatian citizen? Anything that isn't Italy either is just as much trouble to get or doesn't help me, right? Like, there's nowhere, it has to be EU if I want to live and work in Italy. And for anything that's EU, like I'd have to live in that country for 5 years anyways. And so I'd be wasting 5 years of my life in a country I don't want to be in for a citizenship I don't want to have. So it's, yeah, it's possible. Like there's tons of different countries that might be easier to get citizenship, but that, or to get, not even to get citizenship, to get a visa or whatever, right? Residency or citizenship, whatever. But it doesn't matter because then I'd have to spend 5 years in those countries and I still wouldn't be able to like go to Italy yet. Like, so yeah, I mean, if I got really desperate, I'd be looking at some other countries, but at this point, hopefully Italy will just let me stay. Because like at that point, I'd do better to go back to Canada, save my money, and just get, like, pay for a golden visa, right? In 5 years, I could have enough money to just do that. So, if that was my goal. But, like, I want to marry an Italian, so, like, being in Italy is beneficial. I want to live in Italy, so being in Italy is beneficial. Yeah, even with a UK one, you need a visa or a residence permit to stay for more than 90 days. So UK doesn't help me. And then, yeah, all the other countries my family is from are not easy to get hereditary citizenship from, unfortunately.
Yo.
Decreto Flussi. Oh my god, when the fuck do they open this? Is this like a thing I should have been paying attention to for like a whole year? See, sometimes I put things off and it's a problem, but I thought I wasn't putting this off. I thought if I started, you know, in the fall, that would be more than enough time for next year. But apparently maybe not. Fuck, I hope I haven't fucked this up just by like not starting at the right time. Okay, it was the 2023 Decreto Flussi from March to June, because that fucking sucks balls. I don't like the sounds of this. What about for freelance? Is freelance different? Tell me about freelance. Oh god, I need to talk to a real human being. I have no idea what this fucking means. Fuck, I hope I haven't fucked myself over just by like not doing it in March when I literally had just arrived. Like, that's so garbage. Oh, I really hope I haven't fucked this up. But there's no way. I would never, even if I'd thought to start early, I would have started like a couple months ago. I wouldn't have started in March. Like, that's so... I just arrived in March. Oh, this is so frustrating. I guess I just need to get a company to hire me. Is my other plan. Yeah, if I really can't figure it out, then the next situation is just to spend the next couple months job searching like a crazy person until someone hires me. My other phone is ringing, I can hear it. There's no government database for an applicant to check whether the quota has been filled or not. Self-employment visas there were 500 of them for the year 2020, but that was COVID year. I'm actually impressed they were still accepting them for 2020. Okay, the eligibility requirements are simple. Accommodation, check. Financial resources, check. Police clearance, check. And certificates confirming the requirements for the intended activity. That should not be difficult because my intended activity is to work online and edit papers. Like, I cannot imagine they require like a license or anything for that. Okay. Option B is a startup visa. Prove availability of at least 50,000 euro. That's completely different than 500,000 euro. And submit a detailed business plan. Okay, alright. Now, innovative. It has to be characterized by a strong technological character with exclusive or prevalent corporate purpose, the production, development, and marketing of innovative goods or services of high technological value. Okay, so they want like tech startups. They don't just want any startups. That's frustrating. Start a tech startup if I had to. Okay, I need to talk to someone because I don't know what any of this means for me. Be adopted by an EU citizenship. That would be nice, right? I mean, I don't know if that even works if, for most of those things, you still have to, like, live in the country, right? And, like, so, like, even if I, like, got married to someone from a different EU country, in order to get that citizenship, I would then have to live in that country. Like, if I married someone from France or something, like, it wouldn't help me because I would still need to live in France for, like, 5 years. Or, I think when you're married, it's shorter. It's, like, 2 or 3 years. But it's the same thing. You have to live there. And you usually have to prove language, too. So I'd have to learn a whole new language. So it's very frustrating. Okay, find out if your profession is regulated. Italy distinguishes between two categories of professions. Non-regulated professions don't require a degree or professional qualification. For instance, freelance writers and translators. That's me. This type of activity is more flexible when applying for a self-employment visa. Yes. The Chamber of Commerce in Italy will be responsible for providing you with the right documentation. So you still need documentation because Italy's so dumb. But it doesn't require like a degree or anything, or a qualification or a certification. Okay. Legally regulated professions are regulated by law, like an architect, lawyer, engineer. Okay, that makes sense. No worries. Okay, the Decreto Flussi opens only for a few months every year, and the opening times are completely random and hard to predict. And since the one for 2023 has already opened and closed, as far as my brief Google search showed, I'd have to like look into that a little closer. But from what I saw, 2023 was March to June. You just have to wait and see. So I might end up back in fucking Canada for a while. Fuck, until they open up their next application period. God, that's frustrating, because then one of the things you need for the application is residence, like a place to stay. And like, if I have to go back to Canada for 6 months, I'm not going to keep the apartment. So God, that's frustrating. Oh, they're talking about this as if it's completely different from the visa. This is security clearance. You need to get security clearance in person. So if you're not in Italy, you would need help from an immigration lawyer or a friend in Italy. What? Okay, but if I am in Italy, that actually makes it easier because I could get security clearance from the police headquarters in the region, which is Rome. So I'm in. Okay, so that's good. I can do that. God, this is why I haven't looked into this in detail before, because this is so friggin' complicated. I'm ridiculous. This country is notorious for its bureaucracy. That can be pretty stressful and confusing to deal with. Yes, exactly that. Thank you. Article. I agree. Oh, and my timer went through, so let's put it on like another one, and we're gonna finish up pretty quick here because, like I said, my friend will be here probably about an hour. So definitely the last work period. Well, this is a break period, but you know. Oh my goodness, you guys get to hear my stress of dealing with, of learning about the Italian visa system. How exciting. Okay, what else do we have to say? To get the nulla osta, which is the security clearance. Nulla osta is the security clearance. You must do that in person in the police headquarters, okay? And you need the certificate of no impediment, which is a clearance from the Chamber of Commerce, which is the previous thing I was talking about it for unregulated professions. Okay, so that's fine. That's first, though. Then you request the visa within 3 months of receiving your nulla osta. Okay. Okay, but it's the nulla osta? That's the one that's only open for a couple months? Oh, this is so confusing. So, visa application form, photos, police, nulla osta, police clearance. Yeah, accommodation, income, no criminal record, health insurance, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Certificate of no impediment. Okay, then you make an appointment. Okay, this says at the Italian embassy or consulate in your country, which would be theoretically possible, but frustrating if I'm trying to do it over the next couple months. But like I said, I'll be back in Canada in December anyways, for Christmas. Okay, and then if it goes smoothly, you receive the visa in a few weeks. Okay. Okay, I don't care about the residence permit. I've done that before. Okay, so this is not that complicated. This is a pretty good website. It's the nulla osta, I guess that's the weird, stressful part. Fun. Okay, I guess I better start figuring out how to do that. Fuck, this is so complicated. Okay, and then yeah, you can get a long-term residence permit after 5 years. Okay, that doesn't help me now. Never mind, what are the requirements? Income tax statement. Accommodation. Reserves, residents. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That looks normal. I'm getting hungry. I'll get some food going before my friend gets here, I guess. Oh, the color looks very golden and glowy right now. I've got my patio light going, and it's a very yellow-orange light. But I like the way it looks. It's nice. I was gonna change it, but I think I'll just leave it. Okay, I'm gonna run an ad, I think. Let me double check. Yeah. See, I don't know if my current residence counts for permanent residency anyway, but I'm gonna be really mad if it doesn't count because I have to leave for 6 months. Because I didn't start working on my next visa literally as soon as I got here. Okay, these are dates that say August 2023, so what are they talking about? I need to translate this. My Italian is not good enough to be confident in what I'm reading here. I'm like, I think I'm getting the gist, but I'm like, should probably figure out for real. Probably. Okay, now I have to translate that. Okay, what do I got? I've got a bunch of laundry outside I've got to bring in because now it's dark. That's fine, I can do that after the stream ends. And there's not a bunch of cables going through my door. Yeah, I'm definitely getting hungry now. Alright, well, everyone wish me luck on this stupid visa citizenship process. Apparently, I'm gonna need it. Alright, I think we're gonna do a raid. Let's, we're gonna go raid Mo. Because we haven't raided Mo in a while, I don't think. I think it's been quite a while, so. Should be good. As well as just Mo focus. All one word, it is. Alright, so thanks to, usually I wait until the break is over, but it's only 3 minutes left. Maybe I'll wait, I don't know. Does anyone care? Thanks to everyone who has been here today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful, like, kind of perfect weather day. I was really surprised, honestly, that it was so nice and not windy, because it was like storming earlier this week, so it was wonderful today. And I do have a friend visiting all day tomorrow, so I'll be downtown doing that tomorrow. And then I'm hoping to be back more on the weekend. What is it, Thursday today? Thursday today. So yeah, I'll be busy all day Friday and then most of Saturday. But yeah, maybe on Sunday, and then hopefully Monday's going to be book club. I should probably put in Discord what book I'm reading. I don't know which one it'll be yet. I'll be reviewing some book on Monday. And then some more streams that week. Writing club on the 11th of September. Some more streams that week. And then I have a friend coming on the 22nd. So I've got about 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3, yeah, about 3 solid weeks where I should be doing lots of streams. So hopefully that'll work out nicely. Hopefully I won't be too stressed by all this visa stuff. And yeah, thank you for the conversation. I really enjoyed that. That was a really interesting day today. Alright, we're gonna go give it a go. Bye everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I'm Natasha. We do co-working and creative streams here, like fashion design and art. And we try to stream 3 to 5 times a week, but it's been a little iffy because I'm in a new country. But hopefully the next month it'll be more stable. So if you enjoyed, give a follow, give a subscribe, and we'll see you guys around later.